Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction. Today, guys, I'm checking out Batwoman Season 1, Episode 14, entitled Grinning from Ear to Ear. Now, this reaction is, of course, being recorded by my computer and not live as I normally do. And, of course, last couple weeks, the ghost, my fiance, was on camera. Due to some basketball game, I'm not sure why the CW was airing a basketball game. I had this issue sometimes on Sunday nights when Supergirl, like last year or whatever, had some issues with that. Now it's happening again. So I'm recording this episode by myself. The fiance is not home right now. She'll catch up on the episode, and then she'll be back with me next week. It seems like everything's going to be normal, hopefully, next week with all that. So regardless of all that, Batwoman ended pretty crazy last episode. Pretty intense. So Sophie is on a leave of absence, essentially, by, of course, Kate's father, who runs the whole crows and all that kind of stuff. And she kisses Kate, Batwoman. And then also Mary figures out who Batwoman is. Of course, is her half-sister. Stepsister, Kate. Not half-sister, stepsister, sorry. And it's a lot of stuff. And then, of course, the show goes on a break. I'm like, God damn it. But I'm really excited. Because we also have, I don't think it was the last episode. Just so much, I've been doing a lot of stuff since the show was on break. So I apologize. Mouse's father turns out to be this guy who came out of nowhere. And then, of course, Alice figures that out, too. I wish she would figure it out face-to-face with Mouse's father still being around, but regardless. So it feels like, in a sense, it felt like Alice at the beginning was the main villain, and she kind of still is, but also now Mouse's father, who was kind of the reason why why Beth is now Alice, is back in the picture. I don't know who the real villain is. Maybe that's the whole point, is to keep us guessing who the real villain is. Or maybe there's a clear-cut indication within this episode or some point before the finale, this is the main villain. I don't know. But it feels like it's Alice, but also now that the father's back and he was the reason why Beth became Alice. So now I'm kind of up in the air about who the real villain is. I'm still saying it's Alice, but maybe it's actually Mouse's dad. Who knows? But anyways, lots of looking forward to. A lot of people hyping up this episode. I'm ready to jump into it now, guys. Let's go. What the hell? Okay.
Well, I am so not kidding. Oh my gosh.
Somebody's in a good mood.
Am I? You
So is
still
Sophie.
are.
I
Like,
wonder
you
why.
should be happy. I'm not allowed to be happy. You just got suspended from the crows.
Batwoman? No, you didn't.
And she knows who Batwoman is. So it's like, oh, okay. That actually makes sense.
Alice, aka Jane Doe 711.
Jane Doe.
The deranged leader of the Wonderland gang. I'm sorry, this is my obituary?
Yeah, it's kind of shitty, but
Deranged
there should have been
leader?
more.
It's not the face I see in my nightmares.
No, it's his face he's wearing right now.
Reggie Harris. And you owe him your life.
Yep.
He confessed to gunning down Lucius Fox in a C-store robbery. Confession was coerced by
Oh.
CPD cop, not a crow's problem.
Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Interesting.
I came here to tell you this has to end.
It just
Before
started.
you get hurt, I can take care of myself. This is different.
Is it?
Give your old mother a heart attack.
Mom?
You can't put a price on that. I'm gonna have to call you back.
Uh-oh.
They had no budget for this photo shoot, and it started to show.
Is that girl from the flashback at the beginning, I think. I think it's obvious, right?
Talk to me, Gotham. Where's the dislike button when you need it?
Gotta go with Sophie.
Come on.
Sophie, well, talking about even Kylie Q starting to go web silent out of respect. Thank you, Doctor. Are you okay? I mean,
Is that the girl?
But still.
I don't know. Was that the girl? We didn't see her face.
The who's who of potential victims in Dr. Campbell's waiting room as we speak.
Dr. Ethan Campbell?
Yeah, the only plastic surgeon in the city worth
Interesting.
going to. Not that I would know.
I might ask someone to drop by Campbell and just give him a heads up.
I could do it. I mean,
She wants to be on Team Batwoman. Just admit you know, okay?
I fell out of love with him.
You fell out of love.
with a handsome, decorated cake.
Doesn't matter if he's handsome.
Please don't end up under a bridge visit. How are you gonna pay the rent?
Don't worry about it.
She is a damn criminal who gets away with it. You never had a problem with Batman. You thought he was cute. Batman was different.
How?
Mom?
How? Exactly. How?
Represented values I actually believed in. You mean he's not gay?
Okay. Now we see the problem.
The last victim of the slasher was also a patient of yours, Mia Cortez. We're worried the next
Hi,
victim
Mouse's
could be
dad.
the name on one of those files.
And the worst self-inflicted scars I've ever seen.
She cut her own face?
Yes,
We
she
saw
did.
it. How'd she get those scars?
You're okay. It's okay.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go, and you're gonna need a monitor.
Holy shit.
We have unresolved fear.
My fear is that I will kill him instantly, forgetting to relish. And it's slow.
Well, Dr. Fix Me. Threatened with a
Complaint.
lawsuit by a 16-year-old who did not consent to the restorative plastic surgery he performed on her.
Alice will find me. Alice is dead.
Nope. Not true. You think? You should shot the doppelganger.
I shot her.
We handed a lot of perps over to Donnelly, Commander. Are we saying they're all innocent?
You don't find it unusual that the Sip and Dash's 4 security cameras weren't working in the 5-hour window when the robbery took place?
Only thing I find unusual is Lucius Fox was a hero to the city.
Mm-hmm.
And people are trying to set his killer free.
Okay. But he made a point about the security cams and shit like that, so I don't know.
Oh, that's Veronica May.
You sure?
Yeah, apparently
That was quick.
she changed her name after high school, and if my name was...
Duella's been here.
Yep. Face is cut.
Veronica's skincare line is made at the plant down the road.
Uh-oh. You want to get out of there. Oh, hello.
What the hell are you doing?
After Nocturna drained your blood, you were on death's door. I found you and revived you with
But
my
you
own
sent her to Mary, though. That's the thing.
life back into your veins.
Do you know who she is?
Batwoman?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
Duella, stop, please.
Yeah, this is more of a personal thing. Hanging her up with a drop in that vat, that's more personal than just cutting.
The only difference between you and me is that I got institutionalized and you got famous. My
That
mother
is interesting.
me
Ugh.
down, you psycho.
Oh, shit. Careful. Oh. Did it knock her out? Yeah, it looks like it. There you go. Good save. Good save.
I felt like we made a good team in there. We did. But,
Are you... Oh, okay.
how do you see this playing out?
Who's this?
An ally. You and I were both wronged by the same man.
Oh, boy.
He took my adolescence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the Crows sent a Sip and Dash $50,000 after the Lucius Fox murder.
It says right here, Code 501. You don't really think a crow would destroy evidence.
I mean... Is there shady people in the Crows? Probably. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Lord, have mercy.
Finally perfect.
What the hell?
Be here, Duella.
What?
You're dead.
Nope. Nope, nope,
I
nope.
shot you.
Go find him. It wasn't a him, Mom.
Not a him. Sorry. She's like,
It
what?
was a her. I am so sorry about that, sweetheart. What'd you expect disappointment to look like?
Jesus. That's rough.
lost a piece of real estate I had my heart set on.
Just tell her you know. Come on, Mary, just do it.
I knew I didn't have to worry about you judging me.
Just
because I trusted you.
What do you want?
You to die.
For you to drop the act. I thought I would never have to see you again.
And now you're looking right at him.
But I was wrong.
He is freaking the fuck out, man. Oh! There you have it, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to cover about this episode. So, let's talk about Duella. Is that her name? Box Cutter Girl. Opening. The opening was a flashback, of course, when she first got her scars. And she starts cutting up people. At first, when the flashback scene was happening, I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then you see that she's seeing something completely different in the mirror. And then she cuts herself, and then she's happy. And it ties into Mouse's dad. They went to him. I think it was still him at the time, right? I think, because I'm trying to figure out, cause I think they mentioned the timeline of when Mouse's dad actually took over as playing this, this plastic surgeon or whatever. Regardless, she was taken to him, and she's getting revenge and attacking. It's like personal shit. One girl says, I'm sorry I bullied you in high school, but I was afraid of you. Stuff like that. So the girl has a lot of issues. And at first, when they started introducing, of course, in the present timeline, her going after people, I'm like, But there's a lot more going on in the story than just the aspect of her running out with the box cutter. So, if that was it, and there wasn't really much more to this episode besides just her cutting people with a box cutter, it wouldn't be as interesting, as I feel like there's no real layers. Now with the layer of her being taken to presumably, I think, Mouse's dad, or the guy before, whatever. And then using her face, because they cut her face off. Alice cuts her face off, and now she feels free, and she feels happy now. You see that one shot of her. Ugh. And then she tricks and goes in and then attacks, of course, Mouse's dad wearing that face. Doesn't wear it for too long, but wears it long enough to get the establishing of, oh, okay, Duella's there now. Box Cutter Girl's there now. Okay. So, now Mouse's dad is captured by Alice. And the reveal of earlier when he put that thing on Mouse's face, it's fear toxin. Fucking fear toxin. Now, they have introduced in Elseworlds, they introduced fear toxin in Elseworlds, the crossover of it. So it's not surprising to the extent of like, holy fucking shit, Scarecrow, because we've already seen that as an introduction. So they're finally bringing that into the mix of something they're going to do in the show. Now, does this mean that they're potentially going to be doing Mr. Freeze, Bane, because we saw Mr. Freeze's gun, of course. We saw his wife, Nora Freeze. We saw Bane's mask. We saw a bunch of things in Elseworlds as little Easter eggs and teasers and Cobblepot and all that kind of stuff. Penguin and Riddler. I don't know. I don't think this means we're going to be seeing a lot more stuff that were Easter eggs come to fruition and being used more of as something. I don't know, but we'll see. So now we come to Kate, Batwoman, and Sophie. So it was really interesting to kind of see the dynamic, because they ended the last episode with them kissing, and then now Kate as Batwoman is showing up to her apartment, and her mom shows up, and we find out why her mom's there. Now, some people will go the typical trope. Of course, they made Sophie's mom not approve of her choice when she openly, finally admitted that she left her husband because she was not really in love with him. She met Kate and was in love with her. And of course the mom's like, of course, what do you think disappointment look like? Now, the thing is, some people are going to go, well, of course they did, because of an agenda. Here's the thing. You could say it's an agenda. I'm not going to debate you on that shit. I watched the show for the show, and there are certain things I don't like, certain things I don't like. If there's certain things I like, then I like it. But you got to be honest. There are a lot of people in this world that don't agree with same-sex couples. It is a thing. I'm not saying I'm one of them, because I'm not. But I'm saying is there are a lot of people that still feel that way and think that way. It is not out of the realm of possibility that her mom is that. They chose it, but it doesn't mean it's not out of the realm of possibility. But I think it further develops Sophie as a character, because she has to realize no matter what, people are going to be disappointed and upset at me no matter what I do. So she told her mom, it's up to her mom to make the decision on whether she wants to have a relationship with her daughter or not. That is up to her mother. Sophie can do whatever the hell she wants. So also we're tying in, of course, with Kate's dad back in the mix at Crow's. And they're starting to piece this out. And the guy that helped him in prison, they say shot Lucius. That shot Lucius Fox. Now there's debate about whether that's true or not, because there's missing security tape. There's $50,000, I think, in damages or whatever they claim. But the one guy that they went to for, twice for this, or maybe it was just twice or three, well, regardless, he's at the last point, he's like, do you really think a crow would do this? I'm thinking, yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if there's some crows in there that are dirty, that are doing shit, that they're faking shit. Or they're making up shit to put the wrong people away. Who knows? Who knows exactly? But he called Sophie, left a voice message, but needs her back, regardless of what's going on. Mary tried so hard to get Kate to tell her, and I thought Kate was going to at the end there. She didn't. I feel like Kate should have, but I feel like it's just the long game. The long game is that Sophie will find out by the end of the season. Mary will finally reveal that she knows, or Kate will reveal it, confirming to Mary by the end of this season. They're going to have all of those, get it out of the way so that we can just get into season 2 and doing other stuff, and we don't have to worry so much about the secret identity shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to eventually just get to it and just say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking the time here. Feel like this is getting out pretty soon, so I'm making sure I'm good on timing. So I'm curious where we go from here, because we got a couple more episodes left. We're getting down to the wire. We're definitely getting close to that finale. We still got a number of episodes left, but still, we're getting there. Therapist was there, a little shrink. Alice didn't keep him around for long, but still. But watching this episode, because I posed the question of who's the real villain. Is it Alice or Mouse's dad? And I think it's still Alice, because it feels like more of what they're going in the direction of. Mouse's dad is Alice's villain. And he's not necessarily the villain of the entire story. Unless they start going in the direction of where Kate goes after Mouse's dad because of what he did to Beth that turned her into Alice. What's it, Kate? Beth into Alice. Maybe that's something they go with. But I feel like Alice is still the main villain of the show right now. Unless they change tactics on how they're telling the story. Anything else? I'm trying to think. Not that I can think of at the moment that I'm thinking that really stood out. Uncle Harvey. They mentioned Harvey Dent a little bit. A brief little mention. But they'd mention him. Interesting. I'm curious where we go from here. I mean, there's a lot of directions they can go. Seems like Sophie and Batwoman, I think, are still going to continue. I think, well, also, okay, Sophie working with Kate a little bit, of course, as Batwoman, towards the end there with Box Cutter Girl. That was a nice little team up. I think they're setting up Sophie being a hero. I think Sophie's going to be in the Batcave next season. She's going to become her own hero. I don't know what hero that would be, but I think that's something they're going to be setting up. And Mary is going to be the medical person or the medical assistant or whatever that Kate and Sophie go to. This is my long predictions. I'm predicting Sophie's going to become a hero, superhero, and Mary is going to be the medical assistant. Because in the comics, I think at a certain point, I believe it's Mary who becomes Flamebird, the character in the comics. But I don't think they're going to do that. I feel like they're going to go the direction. Maybe Sophie becomes Flamebird. Or maybe she becomes somebody else entirely, another vigilante type. Regardless, I feel like that's the direction they're going to go with. That's my personal thing, because I feel like Sophie is not going to be a one-season-and-done character. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So we'll see. What do you guys think of the episode? What do you think overall about Mouse's dad, Fear Toxin, Sophie and Batwoman and Mary and all that kind of stuff? And just all the stuff that was involved in this episode. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.